Hello everybody and welcome to my review on the Plarail Hurricane and Frankie. I got these awesome models from the Star Switcher on Twitter and I couldn't wait to review these for all of you to see. This 3-pack is the first Plarail item I own, so please take everything I say with a grain of salt. Starting off with what I believe to be the redesigned Plarail box, it's very nice, very long, has that little hook to hang from little shelf racks, has a nice image of Plarail, Hurricane, and Frankie on the side, and great HD promos of Hurricane and Frankie themselves, as well as instructions on how functions work and how to open Hurricane. The first out of the 3 models I'm going to be taking a look at is Hurricane, who is the only powered one of the set. He has very sharp and crisp details as you can see, and his paintwork looks lovely. Hurricane's face is probably the strongest aspect of the model, as it looks wonderful and accurate to what you see on screen. The model's weakest factor is for sure its length, as it isn't as long as Hurricane is on screen and is only a little bit longer than a normal troublesome truck, which is what I believe is the size of Thomas. However, he still looks great, even if they gave him the basic 3 wheels. Well, really only 2, because the middle one is a dummy wheel. As you can see from this video clip, the top has all the little domes, funnels, I don't know what those bits and bobs are. The cab is a sticker, and he does have his tubing around his smoke box, so that's a very nice touch to the model. His nameplate is a sticker, and he has this silver lining and piping on his boiler. On the very back, however, it is blank, there's a little lamp, and then there's licensing info. Upon putting a battery inside, I discovered that Hurricane's very fast compared to my old Tomy trains from back in the day. Overall, besides the understandable size difference, the only problem I have with this model is that the buffers are not painted, but this can be solved with a little bit of Sharpie work. Simply getting a Sharpie and very carefully rubbing it against the ends of those little buffers can make it look wonderful. As seen with this Frankie, it completely elevated the model from looking kind of cheap to looking actually great. Now moving on to Frankie, I think that her buffers being painted black would have elevated the entire model. Now to the model itself, the front part, the face, the chassis, all those things are wonderful, but the only part of this model that I really don't like is the cab, because I think it looks so squashed and just so weird. I don't know. And Frankie's flywheel in the middle is way too high up. The face, though, is also very strong, and it looks very distinctly like Frankie. Same as all the little prints and mold details that are on her main build. Frankie is a push-along, as I said earlier, meaning that an engine has to pull her or your hand can move her. In the 3-pack, she's meant to couple up to Hurricane, just like this, so that then they can go away together. One good aspect about her being a push-along is that you can move her along with the little slag truck and recreate scenes from Journey Beyond Sodor. One thing I noticed with all these models is that it's very hard to couple up the couplers, and this is probably because they're very stiff from being new items. Now onto the Slag Car from this 3-pack. It has a built-in function where it dumps out slag every time it's moved a certain distance. This is extremely fun when recreating scenes from Journey Beyond Sodor, like Hurricane, Frankie, or even Thomas dumping slag off that hill. The function works when a little gray piece of plastic slides off of the top of the yellow bucket when it's moved, as the gears are connected to the main driving wheel. The Slag Car itself is a strange color, but I understand why they did it, because they needed it to be more colorful. It does have nice rivet detailings, and the mold itself is kind of nice and visually appealing. While it doesn't look realistic, it still looks nice for Plarails. Thank you so much for watching this review on the Plarail, Hurricane, and Frankie. No matter how I may have sounded in this video, I still do love these models a whole awful lot. I'm Alex with the Famous 8, and have a good day.